everybody. It is another edition of the NRW checkpoint for the week of September 19th. Of course, you are here with some of the most stylish men in gaming, WebsterStyle, myself, and also my man, Brian Sapph. Brian, how you doing today?
I am doing well, here
Good.
and alive.
Hey, look, that's all we can ask for, right? So, Brian, what have
Yes.
you been playing this week, if anything?
What have I been playing this week? Overwatch, Multiverses, Apex, and God of War. I'm alternating between them 4 games.
Cool. How's Multiverses working out?
I enjoy it. It's really fun. I like the it's a battle royale. Well, not a battle royale. It's you know what it is, like Smash Brothers, but
Right.
like DC and not Marvel, Warner Brothers properties and everything. I like the game. I like that you can like build on your characters that you like to play with. They got like little perks and things that you can add to them to give you like a little advantage in battle and stuff like that. It's a good game.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I haven't gotten back into Multiverses since the first time I played it, but I'll tell you what I have been playing this week.
What's that?
Well, oh my God, what is the name of the game? Oh, it totally escapes me now. Oh, Meta Hellsinger. That's right. It has been a long day. It's been a very long day. But yeah, Metal Hellsinger. And like I said, I'm not really big into for FPSs like that, but you know, it dropped on Game Pass. I'm not a big metal fan. I'm not a metal fan at all, but from the aspect of I'm not going to sit here and listen to it, but you know, I have an appreciation for music. And let me tell you, the little bit of the game I played so far, so I'm just playing through the first level. I enjoy it. It does sometimes give me that motion sickness. You get playing FPSs sometimes, right. But again, this is that Trojan horse that Game Pass is, and that it is a next gen game. It's only out for the Series X and S, but again, I have my almost 10-year-old Xbox and I can play it through Cloud+Play. I just that fact alone enticed me to play it. Just wanted to see how it looked, and it looks pretty doggone good. And for a retail price of $40 for a next gen game, you can't beat that at all.
No, you really can't. That's actually a good game, or I mean a good price. And you said it's next gen, and it sounds like it has some interesting mechanics. Did we watch?
Yeah, it came out last week. Yeah, we watched the trailer last week for that.
Okay, so the game is good.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I've enjoyed it a lot. Now I don't know how much further I'm going to go into, only because one, I have a short attention span, and two, like I said before, FPSs aren't really my thing. If the story really captivates me as I go a little bit further, I'll probably stick with it. But as of right now, like I'm playing it, it's fun. It's nice just to get in and shoot the baddies and really take in the world and really jam out to the music. But let me tell you though, that rhythm mechanic, which is what really enticed me to play.
Right.
It's unique, especially considering what weapon you have. Like I feel like it works a bit different, or maybe for me is a bit harder to really slay on a beat when I have a sword compared to when I have a projectile weapon. So I think that some of the weapons work a lot better to that aspect of the game than others. Of course, it just may be my skill level or lack thereof a skill level.
No, they probably designed the game to be like that, because I mean that sounds very like creative to me. Like I would definitely like do that if I was a developer. Like, yeah, the weapon should play differently based on the weapon and the song. So that makes sense.
Right, exactly. So I definitely say if you have Game Pass, check it out. Even if you don't have Game Pass, just like for FPSs, it's $40. You got a next gen system,
right?
You are going to get look. It may not necessarily be my cup of tea, but you're going to get your money's worth if you're into that sort of game for a next gen system, like hands down.
Right, and then on top of that, like it's something new. Like
it's a new IP.
I've never experienced a game like that where it's like so musically integrated that you have to, well, not have to, but you do more damage based on the fact that you like attack into the actual beats of the song. So that's really interesting.
Right. So that's what I've been playing. So let's check out some new releases this week. First up is Hardspace Shipbreaker, and it's out for PS5, Xbox Series S and X. It came out on PC a couple months ago. but it's dropping on the 20th. In this case, it was yesterday, at the price of $34.99 from the developer Blackbird Interactive and publisher Focus Home.
Okay.
It is a simulation. Now, Hardspace Shipbreaker is an action-adventure simulation video game developed by whom I said already. In this game, which contains elements of simulation and adventure games, the player explores and dismantles abandoned spacecraft in search of useful materials. So basically, you're playing. It's a space salvage simulation game.
Okay,
it's pretty much what it is.
I'm imagining that you have to salvage these parts, maybe repair a spaceship so you can get back to where you came from, kind of situation.
Probably, yeah. And while at the same time you tackle labor relation issues with his, so it's like a job simulator too.
I mean, it sounds, yeah, it's
interesting. I'll say that. Look, a lot of these games, the descriptions don't do them justice, and we know that.
Right.
So this is one that definitely, I'm pretty sure the description does not do it justice, but also it's one that is on Game Pass as well, day one. The PC version dropped on PC Game Pass when it came out a few months ago, and now the console version is dropping now. But again, it's only a price of $34.99. So it's one of those games where if it is going to, you're going to get your money's worth. Considering it's not like especially this is only on next gen too. It's not like it's a $70 game either.
Okay.
So
yeah, that's always a win. If you're looking for new games, you don't want to spend the $69.99 that they trying to charge for everything coming out on next gen or current gen, whatever the gen this is.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead and get you one of them games.
Right. And now Ubisoft talking about they're going to raise their prices for certain games to $70 because of the competition.
Seen that,
yeah,
and I'm not excited about it.
Look, we getting off topic for a second, but I don't know if Far Cry has enough of a fan base that people are really itching to pay $70 for Far Cry 7.
Right.
Yes, and that's
I
right.
mean,
or any of the upcoming Assassin's Creed games.
Right. So
that's just me.
They're gonna keep raising these prices, and eventually they're gonna be like, no, we're gonna let that one sit on the shelf till it come down a bit.
And I'm gonna keep waiting for them to be on sale.
Right. Because I mean, if we're speaking frankly, there's very little games that I'm like, I'm getting this day one when it comes out. Like exactly. I have a few coming out like within the next year or so that I'm like, when it drops, definitely getting it. But the rest of them games, I'm like, I already know how PlayStation get down. Holiday season, they throwing sales left and right.
Mm-hmm.
Then after the holiday season, just because they want to make money before the finals, quarter sales numbers come out, they extra discounts. So no, I'm not paying $70 for anything unless I really, really want it.
Exactly. Next up is another game that's not full price. In this case is Soulstice, which is out for the, again, next gen systems, which is really interesting. PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. And it came out on the 20th for the price of $49.99. It's from Replay Game Studios and publisher Modus Games. It is an action RPG. In this game, you control Briar and Lute. They are two sisters who have been transformed into Chimera. The transformation has granted Briar superhuman strength and resilience, while Lute, who was sacrificed in order to bind her soul to her sisters, has become a ghost with mystical powers. All right, right there, yeah. I'm intrigued.
Right? I'm right. Like, okay.
So with that, you explore a dark world brimming with hidden mysteries, master diverse combat system, and inhabit the dual forces of two sisters in a coming-of-age fantasy story with fast-paced action, vicious enemies, and breathtaking boss battles.
Okay. Are we watching
great description?
For that? Yeah.
We are watching the trailer, so hopefully the trailer lives up to that powerful description that they gave us.
I'm hoping, because that does have the potential to translate into a good story, just based on what you read.
Exactly.
I'm like, okay, I'm interested.
I'm like, that sounds like a movie.
It does.
So next up, another game is not full price.
Shout out to this week, man. I'm like the no full price thing. Right. Let's continue with that.
Exactly. So in this case, this is a free to play one. I don't know if is this like a anniversary for Gundam or something. I don't know, because this is like the second Gundam game in the past month or so we talked about. In this case is Gundam Evolution on the PC.
Right.
Obviously from Bandai Namco, and this is a shooter, and this free-to-play based first-person shooter featuring 6 versus 6 PvP combat. The game will offer 3 objective-based game modes: point capture, domination, and destruction. Each game mode presents a unique set of challenges that will require teams to craft and execute formidable offense and defensive strategies to emerge victorious. Now, it's coming out on PC as of the 21st, but it's coming out on consoles on December the 1st. So in another couple months, it'll be out on consoles, and it's free to play.
I feel like, so we talked about a Gundam game before.
Yeah, the Super Deformed Gundam action RPG. It was like maybe 2-3 weeks ago.
Okay. Because remember, we talked about a game like way earlier in the top of the year, the Gundam game. And
we did.
I was like, oh, this reminds me of Overwatch. I'm going to play it. This kind of sounds the same.
Yes.
Are we watching the trailer for this?
No, we are not. We are not. But no, I remember the other Gundam game you're talking about. Yeah, with the... Yes.
Is this not the same one?
No, it's not.
Okay. All right. So apparently, Namco, Bandai, they either rallying together some money to do some other games, or it is something going on in the Gundam universe. I feel like this year might actually be some kind of like special.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Yeah. And I'm not a Gundam person, so I wouldn't know. 79 was when Gundam released. So
yeah, I feel like it might.
That's 45 years.
Because I was seeing something on social media where they like built a life-size Gundam.
Yes, I've seen that before as well.
Moving and stuff. So it might be like something special going on.
It's the 45th anniversary.
Okay.
If they're celebrating. If that's a thing, but this will be 45 years since, no, I'm sorry, 79. That's 43. So no, I'm getting my math wrong.
Oh no, but I don't have issue with it. I like Gundam, and I mean, I don't think I've ever played like outright a Gundam game. I feel like I have maybe for like Game Boy or something, but not on console. I'm interested though. I like mech games. The last one that like really captivated me was what's the game that Apex is like a spinoff of?
Max, I got part 2 right under my TV right now.
I can't think of the name of that game, but the game
tells you a lot right there.
I haven't played it in a while, but the gamers will know what we're talking about. Whatever game that Apex Legends is a spinoff of, that was the last like mech game that I was like really, really into. But
I'm mad. It's on the tip of my tongue too. It is literally.
I'm trying so hard to like bring it back, but I can't.
Right. It's like I can't think of it right now, because that's one game that made me mad about current gaming.
Yeah. Why?
Because all the game was like it was nothing on the disc. You had to download the whole game. I'm like, what's the point of having the disc if I'm literally downloading a 60 gigabyte game? That's when I know gaming was broken.
Let me find this game.
We'll keep looking out. We'll come back to it. So that's that one. So as free to play, now we get to one that's only $20, and that is No Place for Bravery. And this is on the Switch and the PC. It comes out September 22nd. What was that?
I said $20.
Yep, $20. And we are watching a trailer for that. Developer from Glitch Factory, publisher Wise Bird Games. Is an interesting way of spelling that. And it is an RPG. So it's a 2D top-down action RPG that weaves together high-quality visuals, a stirring soundtrack, and intense combat moments into a deep and affecting tale of moral dilemmas and personal reflection of choices.
That sounds interesting.
It does.
And it's called No Place for Bravery.
Yes.
I feel like the trailer for that is going to be one of the kookier ones.
Yeah, I agree. I'm looking forward to that one. Now, this is a game that I'm really interested in watching the trailer for it just from getting the description alone. And like, I'm interested. And this is a game called Serial Cleaners, and it's for the PS4, 5, Xbox One, SX, and Switch and PC. It drops September 22nd, and for the low price of $24.99. This is from developer Draw Distance and publisher 505 Games. It is slated as an action game, and in this, it is a top-down stealth action game where you get to experience being a murder scene cleaner for the mob in 1990s New York. Get rid of the bodies, make the place spotless, and don't get caught. Plan every step and move like a ghost, or trust your reflexes and thrive in chaos. The choice is yours. Alternate between 4 characters, each with unique skill set, opening up new possibilities. Serial Cleaner setting inspired by cult 1990s movies will bring back fond memories of the more carefree decade, full of brightly colored optimism and the grime underneath it all. And this is actually a sequel to a 2017 game entitled Serial Cleaner, which was set in the 1970s.
Okay. Now, see, this one sounds very, very interesting. It's
exactly
1990s New York, so we definitely gonna have pagers in there. That's how you probably gonna get your cleanup orders.
Exactly. Definitely pagers.
Right.
So we're watching the trailer for that.
Okay, good.
So
good. And the other game that we were thinking of is called Titanfall.
Titanfall, yes. Titanfall.
Yes.
I forget that. Yeah, I got that for $5 at 5 and Below.
Really?
Yes. But even when you get it digitally, most times it's on sale for $5 now. It's been that way for years.
Right.
But the fact that it was literally a 60 gigabyte download just really pissed me off.
I can understand that.
Like, why? What's the point of buying this game? And this is a waste of everything.
The game was good though.
Yes, I agree. It is an enjoyable game.
Mode. I think that was like one of the only I haven't played a whole lot of mech games, but I like the aspect that you can like jump in and out of the mech.
I like that as well.
Out of it, it like runs by itself. It was Titanfall 3. We need that. I know the team is putting a lot of attention into Apex and now Apex Legends Mobile, but Titanfall needs, another round of fun because that multiplayer was top tier, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. It was is really good.
Yeah.
Next up, I'm not sure you skate at all, Brian?
I do. I rollerblade more than once in a while, but I rollerblade. And
I think the last time I skated as far as boarding, was it?
Yeah, I don't get down with the board. The board don't really work well with my equilibrium like that.
Got you.
I need a little bit more practice, but I don't board.
Right. Yeah, I skated back when it really became popular. So like late 80s, early 90s. I wasn't good, but it is what we did then. You got a skateboard. You tried to do jumps and wheelies and ollies and stuff like that, and skin your knee up on Baltimore City streets.
Right. And see, that was always the thing with me and skating. I'm like, if I could do anything to not injure myself, then that's what I'm gonna do. But skateboarding, just in general, is very, very, like I said, if you don't have your balance, your equilibrium, you and the pavement are going to become like close friends. And I wasn't really into being on the ground like that.
Well, Brian, this is exactly why the next game is made for people like us. And it's Session Skate Sim. It's out on the PS4, 5, Xbox One, PC, and it comes out September 22nd for, again, the lower price of $24.99. It is from publisher developer Creature Studios, and they have their Cree-Chur. I'm like, okay. Right. And it is obviously a skating simulation. Inspired by the golden age of street skating, the 1990s, Session Skate Skim, can't talk. Session Skate Sim. Get it right, Webster. Lets you experience true skateboarding and its culture. No scoring system, just you, your spot, and your imagination. There's no need for judges to tell you that your nosedive or aerial heel flip are perfect for the spot, and because certain locations are iconic, the developers have added several of them to the game for you to skate in and express your creativity, including Black Hubbas in New York City, Brooklyn Banks in New York City, FDR Park in Philadelphia, and many other spots.
Interesting. So, what is the goal of the game? You just skate around.
Just skate.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Somebody will enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I really cherish those games where you can just play and have fun, and you're not, well, achievements are always nice, don't get me wrong, but you're not worrying about the score. You're not worrying about being number one. Something that's just relaxing about playing it.
Yeah.
And it seems like one of those games where it's just about playing it. It's not about anything else. It's just about playing and experiencing that era through video game.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because I mean, if we're being like completely honest, that is a lot of the reason Grand Theft Auto has stuck around for so long. Like, of course, people play the story and they do the multiplayer mode or whatever, but people really just like running around, shooting people, and stealing money from prostitutes and driving cars off of bridges. Like, they enjoy it. Like, that's
exactly why they were lawsuits.
Exactly. But at the same time, I can appreciate a game that's strictly like, this is just for you to have fun, because I don't know, we're in an era right now where kids don't necessarily get outside as much as like older generations probably did. So I can see this like being something to kind of pique interest for some kids, because I don't know. The only reason I really got into rollerblading was because I was watching cartoons that focused on that, like Rocket Power and stuff like that.
I was about to say you was watching Rocket Power.
I was definitely watching Rocket Power, and I was like, I can do that shit too. So I went outside and I did my thing. But yeah, I can see this kind of game being one that's like one of those kind of motivators. It's a simulator. So
right.
Okay, no point system. That makes sense.
Right. Now, next up is a game that, again, it's only $29.99, but is a sequel to a game that on its outset, I'm like, what is this game about? And it's Slime Rancher 2, and it's dropping for the Xbox S and X and PC. And I feel like Xbox One is there too, and my Xbox is making noise because it hears me saying Xbox. And it's coming out September 22nd from the developer Monomi Park, and is a simulation. Well, you're a slime rancher. I hope you're simulating being a slime rancher.
Right.
So you continue the adventures of Beatrix LeBeau as she journeys to Rainbow Island, a mysterious land brimming with ancient technology, unknown natural resources, and an avalanche of wiggling, jiggling new slimes to discover. And this is another game that's dropping day one on Game Pass. And apparently the first one was really popular.
Yeah, I guess. I didn't hear much about it. I don't know.
And I say that because like a big deal was made when this was in, because I feel like they dropped the trailer at their summer indie show or summer game show. And I saw a whole lot of press on Slime Rancher 2, and I'm thinking, like, I'm not a gaming snob, but they're just some games I'm like, people are excited for this.
Yeah,
like, okay.
I'm the same way. Like, look, we talk about 2K every week. I'm still perplexed. People are excited to play the same game.
I'm more perplexed. People want to play Madden. All right, so Kuya P just told us who's the demographic for this game.
Okay. Makes sense.
That is understood. Now that he told us that.
Because I've never heard of Slime Rancher. I mean, it's a simulator, and obviously it has the name Rancher in the title, so you collecting things, building things. So I could definitely see kids being into that, because look at Minecraft.
Right. I agree. All right, last up now, Brian, when I saw this game, I'm like, this is all Brian. Brian. So the game, this is our only full price game for the week.
Shame on
you. Dropping at $59.99, And this is the DioField Chronicle on the PS4, 5, Xbox One SX, Switch, and PC. Comes out on September 22nd and is from Lan Caris and Square Enix, and is a tactical RPG. And this immersive story is brought to life with the latest battle technology, introducing real-time tactical battle. The DioField Chronicle is a gritty real-time tactical battle, a new and deeply strategic real-time battle system. And I saw this, I'm like, this has Brian written all over it.
I'm glad you knew. I was ready to ask, are we watching the trailer? I see we got the trailer listed.
Yes, we do.
I want to see what that's about, because most tactical RPGs are not real-time. And that real-time element, it adds a whole nother level of fun to the game. To just know that somebody's on the other. It's like Battleship. Remember playing Battleship? Knowing somebody's on the other side of the table making moves, it turns things differently. So I'm definitely interested to check that trailer out.
Sounds good. Let's start out with our trailers. Let's start out with Soulstice. And I believe this is an actual
rated M for mature.
Okay. It is him. Donovan. He might be one of the strongest men there in the land.
Wait a minute.
The rumors are true.
Yeah. I'm picking up like Final Fantasy vibes a little bit.
Yes.
I didn't think it was possible to fight like this. Relying only on his prowess as a knight. That's how he got his name.
That's graphic.
Right.
The shadeless.
Now, a sword that big wouldn't be.
Why would he not allow his shade to fight? I wonder who they were. We're not here to wonder.
This battle ready.
Fight.
Come on.
I'm feeling this. It has kind of a Devilman Cross sort of vibe to it.
There's more.
I think this is probably more of an action game with RPG elements than an action RPG. Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty badass. I mean, where the hammer come from? Music sounds alright, but it's a little repetitive though.
Yeah, they didn't put much into the soundtrack for this, but the gameplay looks very good. I like the battle system. These kind of games are games that I usually buy when I'm like itching for Kingdom Hearts to come back, and I'm like, it's gonna be a while. So,
and remember, it's only $50.
Only well, I'll catch it on sale.
Yeah, I will catch it on sale, but it's not, for a next gen only game, and you're only paying $49.99 for it. And it's sad to say that's a steal, but considering what a lot of these companies are trying to do, it's a steal.
Yeah, definitely. So, right.
All right. Next up, we have No Place for Bravery.
Let's find out about that.
I like it already.
Right. 16-bit graphics? What's going on?
It's almost like 16-bit watercolor.
Yeah.
This September. Ooh, nice.
The art style, love it.
Only whole. I mean, you talking about making your family whole? We just saw him literally order somebody with his sword.
Right.
I think they did it on purpose.
I think so too. Because it's very detailed. Like
Yeah, this looks really cool.
It does. No place for bravery. So what do you call that? Because this man just took down like 17 monsters in this trailer.
I don't know.
Why is it no place for bravery?
He's a bad man. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. All this hacking and slashing he just did.
Right.
That looks cool though.
It does.
Wait, is that going to be on Switch? It
yes,
like
a Switch and PC.
To be on Switch. Oh, okay. Great. You know, I like when I come across games and I'm like, this would be perfect for a road trip.
Yep.
I think that's one of them. Let's go.
Right. Next up, we have our 90s mob cleanup crew. Serial cleaners. I keep wanting to say soul cleaners, but it's serial cleaners.
Good. I want to see what kind of page you got. This is for nostalgia.
So it's very puzzle-ish, which is not a problem. I like the visuals of it.
Yeah, that overhead kind of thing.
Yeah.
Vacuum he got like he should have whipped it off the ground. Big Cooper ring definitely right now.
I feel like this is gonna have a really good story.
Yeah.
I'm getting that vibe. This is the 90s. Everybody wanted to be a hacker. Hacking on dollar connection.
And somehow they made it work.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So that was Serial Cleaner. It looked pretty cool. I'm definitely still interested in checking that one out. And the last game that we're looking at is the DioField Chronicle.
That's why. Look at my guys right here. Square Next. Okay, so they have something for me. But is it gonna be another carbon copy of? Okay, let me just give it.
I haven't
the Blue Foxes.
Really watched much, but from what I've seen,
that new mercenary group based in Central Field.
Okay.
This will be the Blue Fox's first long-distance deployment. Expect a major battle.
About 50 of them are inbound from the east, with 5,000 enemy soldiers thought to be on board.
Their aim is to break our lines, but we will stand firm to the bitter end.
We may even be able to take back Dagland if we pursue them now.
We'll hold them here.
We've a path now.
Taste my heel!
Jade has been used as a catalyst for ancient sorcery since before records began. It is bountiful here on DioField, but not on the mainland, where it fetches a pretty penny.
A resource war looms on the horizon. The terms they proposed were simply unacceptable. True shame.
This is a predicament of your own making.
I am well prepared. All I wish for is to keep fighting alongside you.
Our time will come. We must be patient.
To right this kingdom's wicked path, I ask you all to lend me your strength.
Oh, it's too much. I simply can't resist any longer.
That has made me realize that I have
not a
lost
bad thing,
sight
it's just
of
an
what I am
observation.
fighting for.
Surely you know what has become of the ordinary people of my area.
How did you come to be so well versed in ancient sorcery?
Enough of this! We must be united against the Empire.
Is it not obvious? We must bring the traitor to justice.
So what will we believe in?
Doesn't grab me. This is not a knock, but it seems like typical Square Enix.
Yeah, I do notice that I see a lot of similarity between this and like the Fire Emblem series.
Yeah, I do kind of feel that too.
So I feel like this is Square Enix, attempt at that. So I don't know if there's a demo, I'll play it, but I'm not seeing. I don't know. Fire Emblem does this already,
Right,
so we'll see.
exactly.
It's going to be a thing that's like, oh, the story is really good, and I also noticed like a little similarity between that and this, like the Marvel Midnight Suns game that's getting ready to come out. Like, there's a lot of area-based attacking going on. So,
got you.
We'll see. I'm not gonna say it's a wash, but I
wouldn't say it's a wash.
First.
I know it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
And I think for me, we're getting spoiled with the creativity of a lot of game companies to make different and unique traditional RPGs, and to Square to come out where no, it's not traditional with their battle system, but everything else is traditional.
Right.
It's the same sort of motif. You got the whole grandiose classic sort of battle and characters, and it's just from Square. I want something different.
Yeah.
Like honestly, they're literally, there's only one RPG right now if it came out that I would buy it day one. And that's if they ever remake Skies of Arcadia.
Okay.
That is literally it. And that's just me and my taste. But I mean, it looks Square Enix. It has a Square Enix shine on it that has that glow. That's the best way I can put it. It looks like a Square Enix game.
Yeah,
it's not a bad thing or a good thing. It looks like a Square Enix game.
I agree. They have a signature style and they kind of like sticking to it. Nothing wrong with that, but versatility is king in these days.
So. Oh yeah, definitely. So that's it for our trailers this week. Brian, what are you getting into this week?
I'm gonna be playing more, video games. That's my thing. Because we asked about multiverses earlier, and remember they was like adding a character. So Gizmo from the Gremlins movies is in the game, but I think I missed the free rotation period. So he's a lot. I want to play him just to see what's going on with his like kit and everything. So I'm gonna be trying to focus on that. But other than that, we have another episode of Talk+Play blerdcast coming out maybe tomorrow or Friday. It just depends on if I can make time to finish editing. But a lot of good things happening in the gaming world, and music has been great. Ari Lennox put out a new project. I checked out some other guys' music, and then TV is revving back up. Abbott Elementary is coming back on tonight, I believe, and Atlanta started its final season. So I have a lot of things to talk about on the podcast outside of all of the gaming stuff that's happening, because we got some new information on Overwatch 2, which is getting ready to drop in like 2 weeks. So I'm gonna be talking on the podcast. That's pretty much it for me this week, though.
Sounds good. Well, for me, this is my time of year. October's about to come, about to be nonstop horror movies.
Yeah.
And Hulu is feeling itself this year. I just saw this trailer for this movie called Grim Cuddy. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to watch this.
Grim Cuddy.
Yeah. Like the name is weird, but it's this internet meme that's killing people.
Okay.
Think it reminded me like internet meme crossed with Sinister. If you ever seen Sinister, that's kind of what I get from that.
I don't think I've
but
seen
also
it.
Hulu is dropping a reboot to Hellraiser. And they dropped a trailer for that as well. I'm excited for that. Hellraiser is literally one of my favorite, the first one of my favorite horror movies of all time.
Let me ask you.
Yes.
Did you watch the Chucky series?
I haven't finished simply because I cut the cord.
Okay.
So I saw like they put the first 2 or 3 episodes on YouTube for free.
Uh-huh.
And they put it on Peacock after the fact, but I told you how my viewing habits are.
Yeah, I understand.
Like if I don't sit down and watch it, sometimes it will never get watched. So I haven't gotten back into it. I kept up with clips though on YouTube.
Okay. Listen, it got really good.
Oh yeah.
And
I know.
Like,
I know.
I
can't wait for season 2.
Yeah. They renewed it for season 2. I believe it's getting ready to start. You know, it's Halloween time.
Yeah, I think that first week in October
back.
or something like that is when it comes out.
But if you don't have, because you said it was on Peacock.
Yeah, it's on Peacock.
If you don't have Peacock, I know that you could stream the episodes on sci-fi.com, whatever internet website that the Sci-Fi channel has. You can stream it on there, I believe, like a couple hours after it airs on TV.
Okay, all right.
Because that's how I watched it last year. Like, I don't have cable either. So I was like, I want to watch it. And then I found out, like, oh, you could just, because, you know, Sci-Fi, they'll tell you, like, stream it.
That's good to know, because back in the day, you used to actually have to log into Sci-Fi with your cable subscription.
They did away with that for whatever reason. That's good.
Well, I'm glad to know that. I will pull that up on the Edge browser on my Xbox then. When it happens. But you talked about TV, Brian. We talked about, you know, Chucky's coming out soon, but also I'm going to be looking at, hopefully, I'll probably, when I sit down to eat dinner tonight, they rebooted Quantum Leap.
Okay.
Well, is it really a reboot or continuation? Well, anyway, rebooted Quantum Leap. So I'm interested in seeing that. It's weird. That's one of those shows from the 80s, 90s that people love, but it's so slept on.
Right.
So I'm interested in seeing what to do with that. And then obviously Fragrance of the Week, but I'm also going to start my Fall Essential series as well. Starting with this week. So I think it'll be at least a 2 or 3 episode segment. So, but that's it for the Toy and Geek podcast by WebsterStyle this week, dropping on Saturday. But of course, you are always with Nerds Rule the World. Make sure you check us out on Twitter at the NRW. Make sure you check us out on Instagram at New Release Wednesday. And of course, you're currently on YouTube. So make sure you like, share, and above all, subscribe.
Do it.